the mountain I could not climb. In desperation, I turned to heaven and spoke your name into the night. And through the darkness, your loving kindness tore through the shadows of my soul. The work is finished, the end is written. Jesus Christ, my living hope. Who could imagine so great a mercy? What heart could fathom such boundless grace? The God of ages stepped down from glory to wear my sin and bear my shame. The cross has spoken, I am forgiven. The King of Kings calls me his own. Beautiful Savior, I'm yours forever. Jesus Christ, my living hope. Hallelujah, praise the one who set me free. Hallelujah, death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. There's salvation in your name, Jesus Christ, my living hope. Then came the morning that sealed the promise. Your buried body began to breathe, and out of silence the roaring lion declared the grave has no claim on me. Then came the morning that sealed the promise. Your buried body began to breathe, and out of silence the roaring lion declared the grave has no claim on me. Jesus, yours is the victory. Hallelujah, praise the one who set me free. Hallelujah, death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. There's salvation in your name, Jesus Christ, my living hope. Jesus Christ, my only hope.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's small group extra or midweek moment, depending on when you're watching it. You know, this week, last week, and next, we're having a series of parables that I like to call no one's favorite. Last week we had the parable with the bridegroom coming and the 5 wise virgins and the 5 that got locked out of the ceremony. This week we had a master come back and praise 2 of his servants for doubling their talents, the money they've been responsible for, and condemning 1. And next week we're going to separate the sheep from the goats. And all of this brings us to something that I think is worth spending a few moments of: the image of God as judge. So let's be honest, if you had to pick a favorite image of Jesus in your mind, would it be Jesus, the Good Shepherd with the sheep over his shoulders, or would it be the stern Jesus that you see down at the National Basilica um, at the final judgment? And I think for most of us, we'd pick Jesus with the sheep. Um, and some of that is because we're just generally uncomfortable with being judged. Or maybe to nuance that, we want to be in charge of when we're judged. So I was thinking about this. I'm taking a class at the community college, and I'd taken pottery for years, and there were no grades in pottery because I was auditing. But this is a filmmaking class, and so there are actually numerical grades. And I'm paying a lot of attention to those. And it doesn't matter, I'm auditing, but there is some sense of it's a place where I want to be measured. And yet there are other places where I really don't want to be judged. And that's what I mean about there are places in areas in our life where we seek out judgment, we seek out coaching, we seek to improve ourselves. And so we're okay with that. And then there's other areas of our life where, thank you, no, I don't need any feedback. Who asked you? And so because of that conflict within us, we really hesitate to connect well, or at least a lot of us are challenged to connect with God as judge. And so I just want to try and make an argument for why that's good news. And you can disagree with me if you want. But let's go back to that example of I'm taking a class. So when I want to get better, I want honest feedback about what I'm doing and how it's going. And it's sort of like on American Idol in the early seasons. It was great if Paula liked you, but you really wanted Simon Cowell to like you because Paula kind of liked everybody, and Simon would tell you what he really thought. And he was obnoxious about it, but if you won his praises, you had a sense that you really had done well. So for any aspect for which we want to get better in life, having an honest judge is really a valuable tool. So if we are at the point in life where we consider ourselves disciples and we want to be the best followers of Jesus we can, the prospect of having a judgment at some point to say, well, how'd you do with that, isn't a bad thing, because it should make you a little bit more alert, pay a little bit more attention, turn your homework in time, do your assignments, think about, would Jesus do that? Would Jesus do this? So I just want to make the argument that it's not necessarily a bad thing that God is our judge. Understanding that he's not there to condemn us. He's there to call us to be the best versions of ourselves, to be the best disciples that we can, and to be with him forever. So those are my 2 cents. How about you? Do you think there's a good side to being judged? And are you comfortable with God as that judge?